Welcome to the Old Time Radio Superman Show. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, coming to you with another exciting installment. Last time we left, Jimmy Olsen had written Clark Kent off as a big fat chicken for being afraid of Keith Barnaby's knife. Of course, Mr. Kent only went along with giving Barnaby the treasure map, so that he didn't reveal his identity as Superman. Now they're locked up in the Brig. And how is Superman going to get him out of this? How are you going to do it without revealing his identity? Well, we're going to find out in just a moment. Before we do, I want to encourage you, first of all, if you got any comments on the show, feel free to email me, adam@adamsweb.us. Check out our show notes site at lasersword.adamsweb.us, where you can also find the latest and greatest in serial fiction. We have posted there, on Monday, we'll have the next exciting installment in the Order of the Sword stories. So check those out, lasersword.adamsweb.us. But without any further ado, let's get into the last of the Clipper ships, Part 18.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman! Look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And now, Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, star reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle against crime and injustice. As the Clara M, last of the old clipper ships, moves slowly through a heavy wall of fog, thrilling adventures are taking place aboard her. Quite by accident, Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen have discovered that a piece of oiled silk, which had been concealed in a secret compartment, is actually a treasure map. But just as they made this discovery, Pete Barnaby, Peg-legged captain of the Clara M, entered their cabin and demanded the map. Kent, not wishing to reveal his Superman identity at that moment, handed it over without a word, with the result that Jimmy thought him a coward. As our last episode ended, Kent, Jimmy, and Pug Flanagan, the young stowaway aboard the Clara M, lay in irons in the Brig, deep in the hold of the ship. It is now a few hours later. Jimmy and Pug, arms and legs manacled, are dozing off. Clark Kent, wide awake, is figuring out the best course to follow. Listen.
If Barnaby hadn't left that oil lamp burning, I could change into Superman without any trouble. I'm afraid to take a chance, even with Pug and Jimmy dozing. The sound of one of these chains breaking might wake them up. I wonder if I ought to try it. Wouldn't do any harm, I suppose. If they do wake up, I can tell them I was trying to break the chains. I will try it. Now then, let's see if these manacles that bind Clark Kent will yield to Superman. I'll just expand the muscle of my right arm.
Oh, hey, did I hear something?
Why, no.
Oh, I heard something that sounded like a chain snapping. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
Well, both of you were dreaming, I guess. You were both dozing off, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of dozing, but I wasn't asleep. I tell you, I heard something.
Well, you probably heard nothing more than the sound of my chains as I shifted my position. I was getting sort of cramped, and I moved around a bit.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Why don't you two try to go to sleep again?
No, I ain't tired. Me neither. Besides, it's hard trying to do any sleeping with that there lamp shining in my eyes. What did that old Walrus Barnaby have to go and leave it burning for?
Well, that's what I'd like to know.
The light from that lamp disturbing you too, Mr. Kent?
Well, you might put it that way, Jim.
Too bad one of us can't reach it and put it out.
Decidedly too bad.
If that light was out, I could get some shut-eye, maybe.
If the light was out, I could do a lot of things.
Yeah, but the light ain't out.
Will you keep quiet about that light? If the light was out, I could sleep better, but the light isn't out, so I can't sleep.
Okay, pal, okay, don't get sore.
Oh, forget it. Mr. Kent, what do you think is happening up on deck?
Well, Jim, I guess there's no doubt that Barnaby has set his course for the Indian Ocean. The map on that piece of oiled silk marked the treasure island as being just south of Sumatra.
Well, when I think I was using that piece of oil silk to wrap up food I stole so I could keep it fresh, boy.
Didn't you ever look at it?
Nah, I was laying on the floor of that secret compartment where I was hiding. And I just... Hey, that light.
Oh, you and that light. What about it now?
It's flickering. The oil lamp is starting to flicker.
That means it's going out, don't it?
Yes, that means it's going out. The oil is all used up.
All right, it's going out. So what?
There it goes. See? It's out.
Fine. I hope that's the end of that.
Hey, ain't that swell? It's pitch black in here. The light ain't shining in my eyes no more. I can get some shut-eye now.
You're going to get as sick of the darkness as you did of that Oh, now I'm starting to talk about it.
Now to make use of the darkness.
Did you say something, Mr. Kent?
Yes, I said I thought there was someone in here with us.
Someone in this dungeon with us? Well, there wasn't anyone in here when the light went out.
But there is someone here now, Jim.
Superman.
Don't be silly, Jim. Who is it? Who's in here?
Jim's right. Superman. I've come to help you, all of you.
Superman? Is that the guy
No
that...
time for talk, Pug. You can talk later. Now listen to me. This is what I want to do. You two boys are going to stay down here for a while.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. What about me, Superman?
You, Mr. Kent, are going to come with me. I may need you. Now, here, let me get you out of those irons.
Boy, listen to that guy bust those chains. Hey, Mr. Bustard, will you?
No, not now. I must work fast. If you're all set, Mr. Kent, come along with me.
Yes, I'm all set.
Well, if you never believed in Superman before, Mr. Kent, you better start believing in him now.
All right, you boys. You'll stay here till I accomplish what I've come for. I'll return or send someone to release you. All right, Kent. Let's go.
That door is locked, mister, and it's a heavy door made of oak. Hey, do you think you're
One
gonna...
stroke with my fist against the lock.
Hey, Jim, you hear that? He done it.
And now, Mr. Kent, after you.
You see, Pug, I told you it was Superman. I told you was...
It worked. My trick of talking to myself in two voices worked perfectly. Thank heaven I was able to assume my guise of Superman without revealing my identity to the boys. And now to settle matters with Teak Barnaby. And I believe I know where I'll find him.
50%, he says. 50% right
Hey, you talk. Stop that gab, I say, Limey.
You want to talk, Barnaby, you are. We're going to have our say, and you know no one else will stop us, so help me.
Yeah. You've always been a troublemaker aboard this ship, Limey.
A troublemaker? Me? I leaves it to the lads. Lads, I asked you, did I start this squabble?
No.
Was it me what started this argument about how the treasure will be split? No, Barnaby, it was you what started it. When you got us to sign on this here bloomin' ship, you told us that when the treasure was found, we'd all share and share alike. Now you try to tell us you never said no such thing.
Hey, I did not.
No, you did not.
Before you signed on, I told you plain. 50% for me, I said, and 50% to be shared among the rest of you.
You said no such thing. You
We'll
said...
not argue about what I said or didn't say. I'm telling you now. It's 50% for me, and 50% to be shared among the rest of you. And that's the way it'll be, whether you like it or not.
And what if I don't like it?
It's Superman.
Superman.
Evening, gentlemen. Fighting about the disposal of the treasure even before you've got it?
A devil take me.
An excellent suggestion, Barnaby. Doubtless the devil would know what to do with you, but I'm afraid old Nick will have to wait, at least until the authorities in Metropolis get done with you.
Oh, you look here to me. You may look plenty good in that blue suit and red cape of yours, but I've dealt with your kind before.
If you think that knife will do you any good...
Keep your distance. I can hit a matchbox at 20 paces with this knife. Take another step forward. All right. You asked for it. He's throwing it. Look out.
Look, the knife hit his chest and bounced off. He ain't hurt, he ain't.
Jump him, you men. Jump him. Let him have it. Well, what are you standing there for? Jump him, I say.
You jump him first, Captain. We'll jump him second.
Your crew have dealt with me before, Mr. Barnaby. I'm afraid they're not anxious to deal with me again. Now then, gentlemen, this is how things will be done from now on. Captain Barnaby here will be placed in irons at once.
Boy,
Quiet! My good friend Clark Kent will be master of this ship until she reaches Metropolis. You there, Scotty.
Aye, sir.
You'll be first mate. You're about the only one I can trust.
You can put your faith in me, sir.
Good. Your first job will be to take Barnaby below and put him in irons. After that, you're to release the two boys, Jimmy and Pug. Then turn this ship around and head back to Metropolis.
Right, sir.
Mr. Kent will be here to give any orders that may be necessary.
Barnaby here? I've got to see him.
What do you want?
Why, heaven, help me. What's going on here?
Never mind that. You're the radio operator, aren't you? What's the matter?
A call of distress, sir. The tanker made in the mist, bound for Cardiff. She rammed another vessel in the fog.
What?
They're both sinking about 20 miles southeast of here. Both ships going down fast, sir.
Scotty, we'll change your course and head for those sinking ships.
Aye, sir. All right. On deck, you man, and follow them up.
Well, I guess I'd better get up on deck, too. Fog is just as bad as it was. RIM is too slow to reach those sinking ships in time. I'll have to go to their aid myself. Nothing to worry about here, not with Barnaby safe in irons. This is a job that will require the strength of Superman. So up, and away!
Put me in irons, would they? Manacle my hands and legs, eh? Well, I'll show 'em. My chance will come. And then maybe they'll realize they can't do this to old Teak Barnaby. Why, by the seven seas of... Huh? What's that? Who's there? Who is it?
Quiet, Barnaby, quiet.
Oh, it's you, Limey. What do you want? What have you come here for? To gloat over me?
Now, you wrong me, Mr. Barnaby. Boy has nothing but respect and admiration for the likes of you, sir. You know I wouldn't do nothing like gloating over you, sir.
What have you come here for?
Well, to have a little talk with you, as you might say. I thought maybe if I was to help you, sir...
Me? Help me escape, you mean?
I thought if I was to do that, you might be willing to split that there treasure 50-50. You catch my meaning, don't you? You don't lose nothing, and I don't lose nothing.
I suppose I agree. What have you got up your sleeve, Limey?
I've got a boat all ready to be lowered away. I've stowed food and water aboard her, enough for 5 days. Now, here's me plan. I'll set you free. Together we opens the sea cocks of this here tug, and she'll sink fast. We gets away in the open boat and taking the treasure map with us, see?
We'll have to get the map first. Kent's got it.
And we'll get it. Then we'll row to the mainland. With the map in our hands, we'll take the ship for Sumatra, and after that, there's 100 ways of getting to that there treasure island. Real, Captain? What do you say, eh?
Well, I say, nice work, Limey. You're a man after my own heart. And I see that you don't lose nothing by it.
Oh, don't you bother. I'll see to that.
Huh? Oh. Aye. All right. Come on, up to it. Get these irons off me. Hurry.
Aye, but there's no hurry. Let's take our time, I says, and do a thorough job. Aye, a very, very thorough job. What will happen now? With Superman gone to aid the sinking passengers, nothing can stand in the way of Limey and Teak Barnaby. Be sure to hear the next exciting episode of our story with Superman.
Tune in the next thrilling installment of the transcription feature, Superman. Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Action Comics magazine.
Welcome back. Well, that was, yeah, I don't know if that escape was, I felt it was a little cheap. Andre bought it a little more. The whole ventriloquism and changing voices thing, that finally comes into play as a plot. And I have to say, I have to wonder about Limey after Superman gave that talking to. I'm wondering, is he more stupid or greedy? I'm trying to figure out which. But yeah, this is kind of, I thought that they turned this around pretty nicely and threw in the sinking ships in distress for added measure, make it a little harder on Superman. Well, what's going to happen next? Well, we will actually find out tomorrow on our Labor Day special, where we will wrap up the last of the Clipper Ship series. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.